Oh, could you have the lights down? I'll make it really quick. This is going to be quick anyway. But first of all, I'm with Pennsylvania Horticultural Society. I'm Michael Mleff. And the organization dates back to 1827. The sponsor of the Philadelphia International Flower Show, but also for the past 30-some years, we've had the Philadelphia Urban Greening Program. And for 17 years, the PHS Tree Tenders Program. And then starting in 2004, we became the lead nonprofit for the state's Tree Vitalize program in southeast Pennsylvania. And that's what I manage at PHS. I'm going to tell you just very quickly, and then refer you to some handy materials here, about one slice of the program. When I think about engaging municipalities, I'm thinking about the 200+ municipalities in the 5 counties southeast Pennsylvania region. And by the way, you can see there's Philadelphia pulled out. And the red areas are where it's less than 1% we can't be. So I think the low area in Portland would actually raise the average in Philadelphia, which is 15%. But I'm thinking about the surrounding counties, which really vary. We have a program called Tree Vitalize Municipalities, one of the slices of Tree Vitalize, which is a partnership of these organizations. I think it's worth looking at that. And I do have a handout that tells about this, because the nature of the partners is what enables us to deliver the assistance on engaging municipalities at low cost to us and to them. So we've been able to stretch out some Forest Service funding for quite a while, some DCNR funding, and then in-kind matches, things that we do as part of our jobs anyway. Let's see, now a lot of this, things that we've been hearing about, talking about, that's the money tree there. And the really engaging municipalities depends on a mind shift, as we've been talking about, from seeing it as a money pit, as, it's a nice thing, sure, but, I don't have any money for that, and plus, it's going to cost all this money and hazard work and maintenance and removal and liability, to actually seeing it as something that has economic benefits and real, even revenue source. It's tough because those are not as direct and tangible. But so there's two things. One is we need to, continue to hit them with all the benefits that we've been talking about. I had a little fun with this last night. My son would be very proud of me. But if we put on all the other things that we've been hearing about in every presentation, there would be no blank space left on here. But and beyond that is to really point out the economic benefits. And even some of the things that are, just community building has economic benefits. We know that. Let's see. In addition to making that case, now that there are ways to actually do some of the calculations of environmental benefits, this is a Center City District in Philadelphia entered their canopy or their inventory into the Casey Trees formula based on iTree and Stratum, and created a partnership with Davy Tree to come up with some of the quantified yields. Here, right here. So, a couple more things I just want to say. Let's say you've reached out to a receptive municipality, and of the 200+ in our region, there are dozens who really are. Some are ahead of others. And then here's how we, as part of our partnership, would help them integrate urban and community forestry into their usual responsibilities. Some of the things that we've been able to offer are subsidized bare root trees to the interested municipalities, which saves money on the cost of the trees. It's based on them having trained tree tenders, community groups. That saves on the installation, has all those other benefits that go with it. Technical assistance from the various partners, Penn State, Bureau of Forestry, Moore's Arboretum, us, and a variety of workshops, our tree tenders program, and when we had funding, some incentive grants. I'll tell you about a case study on that. That's my last piece. Let's see, what I wanted to mention is that the workshops in particular are surprisingly popular. They're very low cost to us to deliver, and we did a survey to find out what municipalities want from us, and like every single one like the workshops, they want the workshops. And the way we do that is not to try to create an event and get them to come to it, but to find the events that they already have, like the councils of government, the climate action task force, open space planning committee, and get on their agenda. And that's what we've done. And because one of our partners is the regional planning authority, we've been able to get an in, and those have been wildly successful. Energy topics on tree management plans, ordinances, inventories, whatever. And also, one of the other pieces that came out of it, and I have copies here, which you can take away, from Penn State, managing natural resources for working with tree commissions, and also a summary booklet that really helps make the case and leads municipalities through a lot of important forestry issues, and also outlines a step-by-step process for creating a comprehensive municipal forestry plan. And then again, we were able to help them create that. As it does that, it highlights those aspects of it that are low cost, that boost municipal capacity through public support with stewards and planters, advocates, donors. Oftentimes, what the community brings to it is in-kind matching donations. And also encouraging them to take advantage of technical assistance within the community. Oftentimes there may be a landscape architect or somebody who can help advance their goals for free because they live there. We help them work with, create, enhance shade tree commissions, EACs, and how to develop sustainable funding. And finally, just as a case study, and we actually have, one of the things we printed up, created was like these 5 little case studies on some of the incentive grants that we were able to do. And I like this one because I think it has all the elements of success. Baltimore Avenue Corridor is a historic thoroughfare between Philadelphia and Baltimore. Over the years, it's become like one of the most heavily traveled commercial and residential routes. And it's the kind of thing that there's been, the traditional storefronts have closed down, strip development's gone in, a lot of bleak stretches. It's the kind of thing that you haven't been there, but you've seen it. But there are still nodes, really nice nodes along the way in these various municipalities just outside of Philadelphia, right into Philadelphia, that we're working with. And what made this work is basically adding street trees up and down this entire corridor through half a dozen small municipalities, and on the Philadelphia side. There's 6 things that I'll just call out. One, it has a regional plan. The Delaware Valley Regional Planning Commission had already created the Baltimore Avenue Revitalization Plan, just a year or 2 before. And through our program, we were looking for, where can we do a good target program that will have an impact? Let's go someplace. Look, they have this plan. Let's help them actually implement it, so it doesn't just sit there as plans can do. So we pulled that out, and actually what brought that to our attention was the second thing, which was the borough manager in one of these towns, Lansdowne, came to us saying, we have this plan, we want to do something with it. So we're like, oh, this is perfect. And his name is Craig Totaro. He's been a cheerleader, and he's helped engage his counterparts in these various other municipalities up and down Baltimore Avenue. We've been out there on the streets with them and gotten a lot of support and business support. Another key is that it's a phased approach, kind of a tag team approach, where the first phase came through Tree Vitalize, through us, a second phase and third coming through Morris Arboretum with some funding they got from William Penn Foundation. That we still have a couple more seasons of that, and then we're looking to see how can we finish it up. Basically, there will be just some gaps that we could finish up after that. Thing 4 is that it crosses counties. It goes from the Philadelphia side into Delaware County and then through half a dozen municipalities, which is another way of boosting capacity when municipalities can work together. And then there's the community volunteers, including trained leaders, and working with municipal workers that we also train. Like before the planting, we get out there and work with them. And then lastly, it's an ongoing effort. It's not a once and done. It's a kind of thing where, you know, we are going back, we're doing replacements, we're making sure to fill it in, and take it from there. So on that, I am done, but what I'll do is I'll leave here my card if you want to know what else I would have said. But then there are these publications also, some of which I think you might find useful if you're interested. So thank you.